Alright, I am ready. They already knew what the next step would be. The iron gate still stood in place, locked tight, blocking the stairway, and right in the center of it,
With the Venus symbol.
the Venus symbol.
The Venus key should work here.
Wasting no time, he pulled it out and shoved it into the keyhole. He turned it. With a distinctive sound of metal, he felt the lock click open.
Alright, let's get this thing open.
No problem. Let me help with this one.
Junpei grabbed the handle on the left side, the seven took the handle on the right. On Junpei's signal, they both pushed and the gate cracked. Creaked.
It sounds as though you have opened it. We should be able to reach C deck now, I imagine.
Snake, are you gonna be alright? I mean, the stairs.
Please, do not do yourself the embarrassment of underestimating me. I would be unlikely to trip even if I were running backwards.
Good to hear. Let's move.
Seven's words leapt onto the stairs and jogged quickly down them. No time at all, they found themselves in C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
We should check the next deck down, just in case.
When he reached the water, he called back up to Snake and
That's
Seven.
what I thought. D-deck is completely underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
What is that escape? I don't remember you. Laboratory. Oh, right, with the computer.
I'm just glad the water level hasn't changed much.
Back to the C deck then.
So these are locked now? Okay, I understand. So we're cool to warp here if we wanted to. But I'm gonna keep it going anyway.
Now, how about we check out...
And we'll be able to fast forward through all of that anyway.
Over there, which means it's probably the same upstairs.
There's a card reader between and another weird mark.
Hey, check it out. It's the symbol for Lotus.
What?
See? It's got the woman symbol, and then it's got the devil horns, right?
Yeah, I see it. No two ways about it. That was a pretty good one, kid.
Seven tousled Junpei's hair, and what he likely thought to be a friendly manner, Junpei feared his neck might break, even though it was clear Seven had kept his strength in check.
Did you watch it, man? Whew, that hurts. You're gonna break my neck.
What are you talking about? The human body ain't that weak. Maybe this'll toughen you up, huh?
If we were looking for a devil, we've got one right here.
Thankfully, Snake interrupted. As Junpei's observation gone over, they examined the
This is
card
a
reader.
Mercury symbol. The marks you mistook for horns are a stylized version of the wings and staff of Hermes.
Wings and a staff. Huh. So then, she beats you with the staff until you die and go to heaven. Sounds like Lotus, all right.
Seven shook Junpei's head even more vigorously, and the younger man began to feel as though his brain was being jolted about inside of his skull.
That's too much. Oh, my head.
Junpei's stomach began turning
Oh, I think I'm
uncomfortably.
gonna puke.
Unless we can activate this device, I doubt the elevator will function.
In other words, we gotta find a key card with a Mercury symbol on it.
So I would assume.
Let's forget the elevators for right now. How about that hallway to the left?
Whoa, there's a bunch of doors.
Very many doors lining both sides of the hallway seemed to stretch on forever, and all three men suddenly felt very
shit.
small.
We're not gonna have enough time to check all these, are we?
Maybe we can come back here later. We should check out the other side. Let's head back.
Right at the stairs, another hallway stretched out, reaching
Right
deep into
this
the
time.
bowels of the ship. After a few moments of moving briskly down the hallway, emerged into an area roughly the same size and shape as the one on top of the stairs. On the side of the room, there were
There are
four French
here
doors.
Too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them up, starting with the closest one there.
Okay, I'm...
We could probably just skip through the rest of this.
What?
None of this is new to us, just different people saying it.
Hey, what? It's...
Oh, there are...
Is this The harsh sentence.
I think so.
Hey, look there. The left door, the second door, and the rightmost door. There's no doubt.
Hey, does that mean anything?
No point
Yeah.
Ear. 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 Ear.
Naturally, after all, unless we...
Whoa, whoa. Look at the red. There's no.
Huh?
Don't you? If there wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
But this one,
There's nothing.
right?
Only one way.
No.
How about the red? And door 3?
I didn't...
What does it mean?
They've got it, man. That bastard.
Whoa, whoa. Zero's been prepared for everything so far, and
Well, that's the only thing I can think of.
It seems as if some of the internal hardware has been...
internal hardware.
That is what...
The bottom? Huh. There's a thin... I think it's a...
The other two.
I get it. So...
So I...
But why? And who? I mean, it...
I have no idea. Why...
Oh, what now? June!
Please let me just skip, man.
Yes, sir.
What are you guys...
Why are you?
That's my line.
Perhaps we should...
And that's what we...
Well, if the red is in...
What about that? Maybe there's some...
No, there are plenty.
You mean all the?
Yes.
There was a door at the end of the hall.
It had one of
It was the...
Jupiter.
I wonder what it means.
While we're at... I mean, I thought that
Well, chances
the gigantic...
What is this gigantic?
the
This is just the same scene, but now it's just even the same people saying everything.
They intended to make.
You want to skip it, son of a gun?
At some
So was
point,
that novel?
What happened? One theory seemed like that trial soon enough, which was impossible. But the gigantic.
So you're saying...
Yeah.
That's
Pipe down. What the?
Proof?
Proof that the...
Well, this.
Oh,
No.
like?
Well. I don't know. Yeah. Huh.
It's 10, 11, 12. Huh, 12.
It's midnight. Then we've still
Let's get going.
What do you mean?
We've looked, but we
Right.
that only.
One.
Huh?
Wait. Don't.
Well, all right. We just have if each.
There are...
All right.
Yeah.
We'll all meet...
Yeah.
I'll shout if I find...
I hope we can...
If we can...
right.
Then let's...
Okay, we're good. I believe we are fine now. Yeah.
How about the casino?
Okay.
Hey,
Isn't it?
I'm just not seeing... No, that's all. Let's go, June.
Was that okay? You don't think...
No, I've got a pretty good idea what her proposal would have been. We should be looking for Snake.
Huh.
Well, where should we go? Let's go take a...
Don't good.
Maybe we should leave her alone.
Yes, I think you're right.
So, how about the casino?
I don't want to go back to the casino. I'm okay.
Let's go.
Ah, hello. Snake is... Well, that's odd. I assume you haven't found him yet?
Yeah, doesn't seem like you're having any luck either.
I really wonder where he could have gone.
Well, wherever he's disappeared to, we must find him as quickly as we can. For Clover's sake.
Right.
June's face kind of
By
looks
the way,
enraptured.
do you think Clover and Snake are really siblings?
Why would you say that?
Why would you say that? Question seems somehow odd, Junpei.
Well, it's obvious, isn't it? They don't look alike at all.
I looked at him for a moment and then spoke.
No, now that you mention it, they don't. Still,
Now that you mention
there are
it.
a great many siblings who do not look like one another. It certainly isn't rare.
Junpei wasn't sure why, or even if he was seeing what he thought he was, what he was. But he could have sworn that Ace's face
At any
telling
rate,
that he
we
spoke.
really must find Snake as soon as possible. The clock is ticking. We really can't afford to waste any time. Very well. Let's get back to the search, shall we? You can leave this area to me.
All right. Let's go, Jumpy.
At June's urging, they left. Found themselves back at the stairs, but Junpei's mind was in turmoil.
I'll think on it later. Like Ace said, finding Snake is our top priority.
Junpei did his
Alright,
best to clear his
where
mind.
should we go next? Why don't we go back to the big hospital room?
Okay, let's go then.
Hey, wait. Santa?
Junpei
What
and
are
June
you
walked to the
doing?
Santa.
What? You can't tell? I'm checking out the red.
Why? Is there something bothering you?
What? It's not bothering you?
Huh?
This... the guts of this red. Why wouldn't you wonder who the hell put it back in here?
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm curious too, but
Who do you think did it?
His eyes narrowed as he looked at June.
I don't
She shook
know.
her head.
Well, what about you, Junpei? Who do you think fixed this thing for us?
Well, it seems like it would have to be Snake, wouldn't it? Maybe he got back here before any of us. He found the parts somewhere, put them back, and then went through one of the numbered doors.
No, it's not possible. You have to authenticate with at least 3 people, or the red won't open the door. There's no way a single person could get through there by themselves.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Stupid mistake, and Junpei knew it. How had he made such a foolish speculation, and how had Santa noticed so quickly? Perhaps he just wasn't as clever as he used to be. Junpei shook his head
in other
sadly.
words, one of us is the person who fixed the red.
Bingo!
Something grinned.
We have a winner.
But if that's true, then the person who did it doesn't want the rest of us to know that they fixed it.
Yeah,
But why?
no idea. Maybe if they come clean on that, it means we'd find out something else. Something bad.
Something bad?
Dunno. But whatever it is, it's gotta be worth hiding.
Hmm.
Of course, it could have something to do with Snake's disappearance.
You think maybe they did something to Snake?
Yeah.
Junpei stared at Santa. Something odd about him that made Junpei wary. At first, he assumed the other man wasn't terribly clever, but Junpei was beginning to think he would need to reevaluate that assessment. When Santa spoke
If you
again, his voice was
trust
quiet.
anybody in this game, you're gonna lose. You've gotta be careful. The person you trust the most could turn out to be the one who stabs you in the back.
With the pressing suggestion, he turned and quietly walked away. Junpei and June looked at each other and smiled awkwardly.
Let's go take a look around the casino.
okay.
Let's try some. Let's go take. No one's here. Maybe we'll have. But where? How about the casino?
Let's go.
Let's try somewhere else. Let's go back. Oh, nobody's. Let's look.
But where?
Let's go take a look around the.
Okay.
No!
There's no. Let's try somewhere else. Hey,
Sure, let's.
Dun, 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 dun,
I don't think
dun,
anyone
dun.
is.
Go through door 8. Wasn't pleasant, but she was right. Wasn't any way the numbers worked out. If one group was 4, the other group would always have a digital route that didn't match the door. Seven spoke, his voice was strained.
You're saying we gotta decide who's gonna stay behind.
Yes, we do. Given our circumstances, it's logically and morally the best solution. If the other 6 are to survive, then one person has to sacrifice themselves.
No, that's too cruel.
What's so cruel about it?
To just sacrifice someone like that?
Then what's your plan? Maybe we should sacrifice 2 people instead of just 1.
That's not what I meant. We shouldn't sacrifice anyone.
I told you, that's impossible. Wake up.
Whoa, whoa. Calm down, you two.
Then this stepped between Lotus and
What
June.
Lotus is trying to say is you should aim to bring the greatest amount of happiness to the greatest amount of people, right?
Exactly. That's how democracy works. And for that reason, I think the only fair way to decide who will be sacrificed is through a vote. What do you think?
No, that's terrible.
I'm not asking you. Shut up. What about you, Santa?
Me? Well, I agree, I guess.
All right, that's 1 vote for. Counting mine, that's 2. 7.
I can't say I agree with you, but we don't exactly have a choice. If we don't do something, we're all gonna die.
Oh, glad to see you get it. If I can get 1 more vote, then it's decided. What about you, Clover?
What are we gonna find here? Can't think of it. This is tied to Clover. Why would it be? I guess it would be Lotus. I remember a time when Lotus gets dizzy though, so I don't really know. The in this episode is actually in this
Clover,
encounter. I don't remember. No, yeah, it is 2 here. Okay. Do 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 do. You give us a quarter, we do it a couple of times, right? I think Lotus does. No? I swear she just finds one. Oh no, it's over on the right table, isn't it? Yeah. We'll try, because I think we have to try it first. Where we go? I forgot we go over here. Did you do it? My poor A button. If it's new dialogue, it'll stop itself, so.
What kind of job do you have? What are you?
I'm unemployed at the moment. I used to work for a cybersecurity firm, but
Why?
Huh?
We'll just blink.
Oh. It was just... something.
Stopped trying for a moment, typing for a moment,
I
and
see.
her face fell. Not an avenue of questioning to be pursued, Junpei realized and quickly shut his mouth. It was his fingers began to move again, and in a few seconds, she was back up to typing. Speed. She typed more letters and symbols that meant nothing to Junpei began to pour across the
What are you
screen.
doing now?
I'm going to try and brute force it.
Brute what?
A brute force attack is... well, the short version is that I just attack the thing head on. The long version?
Without looking up or slowing
A
down,
brute
she
force
began to
attack is
explain.
one of the simplest ways to break a cipher. It checks every possible combination until it finds the right one. For a complex cipher, it can take a very long time. I'm writing a program that would run an attack like that on its own. It's not the most elegant solution, certainly. But given the circumstances, there isn't much else I can do.
Even as she talked, her fingers never slowed or missed a key. Junpei couldn't help but feel a
that's
little
what we were
awed.
talking about earlier.
What were we talking about?
The wireless display? It's kind of strange if you think about it, isn't it? How do I put it? Well, let's say you write a program that calculates an addition problem for you, all right? So you enter 1 + 1. The screen will show you 2. See? Isn't that strange?
No? Not really.
Oh, come on now. Of course a caveman like you would think it was strange. You said so just a minute ago. You're just not getting it, are you? Who calculated 1 + 1?
The main computer, right? You said it connected to the monitor wirelessly.
Yeah, but someone who grew up in a cave wouldn't know that, right? They'd probably think that this thing here, the monitor, is doing the calculating. And once they've decided that, they'll start examining this monitor. They might poke the screen or something. Ah, I see the color changes when I press it here. Then they might investigate the hardware on the inside. Oh, I see. So this wire supplies the power. Eventually, they might even cut the wires. Ah, yes. Just as I expected. When this wire is cut, no results appear. Therefore, it must be this device which does the calculations.
Oh.
But the truth is that, just like you said, the computer is doing the calculating. But these cave people wouldn't know that, because they have no idea that the monitor and the computer are connected wirelessly.
We'll just continue to type. Junpei scratched his head.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing, really. It's just, I thought maybe. What if the relationship between human beings and our brains is like that?
Huh?
Well, let's say you stick a bunch of electrodes into parts of the brain. A scientist examining the signals they send out might say, interesting. So stimulating this part of the brain causes the person to see colors. That must mean this neuron cluster controls that function. Okay, let's see what happens when I cut out this part. Ah, just what I thought. Cutting off this part causes that function to cease. Therefore, human thought processes must occur in the human brain. See? Doesn't it sound the same? Maybe the brain is just an output device. Like this monitor. Maybe our thought processes actually occur somewhere else. We just don't know it. We never even think about it. Just like those cave people wouldn't know about wireless communications.
Well, some of them might. You never know.
We can't imagine that there's some unknown medium that transfers information into our brains, where we experience that information as thoughts.
Junpei didn't say anything. Not so much because he had no regret to retort. No, her argument just seemed silly. He was a little surprised to be hearing something like that from someone like her.
The brain is just an output device. Human thought actually occurs somewhere else. That's just crazy talk.
They'll just really think that, he wondered. It was a little creepy, Junpei thought. It sounded altogether too much like a bizarre cultist religion.
Maybe that's the cause of Seven's amnesia.
Oblivious to Junpei's increasing
If
discomfort,
memory
Lotus
is actually
continued.
stored somewhere else, in some sort of main body somewhere. Maybe he hasn't forgotten anything at all. He's just having a difficult time accessing his memories because the monitor, his brain, has been damaged.
Huh.
I suppose that would explain aphasia and blindsight too. Perhaps they actually can speak or see. The monitor just isn't functioning properly. I guess people with prosopagnosia could be suffering from the same thing.
Wait a minute. What?
He knew what aphasia was from watching medical dramas on TV, and blindsight was easy enough to guess, but he never heard of the prosopagnosia
What?
before.
You've never heard of prosopagnosia?
Lotus spun around in her chair to look at him. Junpei
No.
just shrugged and shook
What
his
is
head.
Well, put simply, it means a condition where the mind can't distinguish between human faces. In other words, my face would look the same as Clover's or even yours. So they can't remember
Face?
faces, which is how most people recognize each other. That means that people with prosopagnosia have trouble recognizing even people they're close to. Usually they can make do by associating people with other things. Their voices, their clothes, their hair.
Does that mean other people's faces look like blanks?
No, I don't think so. Well, you've seen monkeys, like in a zoo, right? To you and me, all the monkey faces look the same. Even though they've obviously got faces, it's almost impossible for a human to distinguish between them. The zoo staff that works with them would learn to identify different monkeys eventually. But you or I couldn't, unless one had a scar or something else to set it apart. Well, that's how people would be to someone with prosopagnosia.
Prosopagnosia. Huh. I didn't even know that kind of thing existed.
Dude, leave the square to send me 18 emails an hour like, every single day for the
And,
last 3 years.
What were we talking about?
The idea that your brain is just an output device, like a monitor.
Are you serious about that stuff?
Not really. I was just kidding for about half of it.
What about the other half?
Well, I guess I was just adulting.
Not funny.
With a smile, something rather
It's
masochistic
nothing more than
to
a
it.
story I made up out of boredom. Don't take it seriously. It was the first thing that came to mind, and I just talked about it to kill time. But looks like I don't need to talk anymore.
Why?
I don't have to kill time any longer.
As she spoke, Lotus raised her right arm high and brought it down on the enter
Then
key.
you finished that brute whatever thing?
Bro,
I certainly did. And let's see what we got.
It's not like brute force is like a stinking, like a. I don't know, it's not something like you need to be like high up on the stinking food chain and ever even hear the word uttered before. This kid's down like playing the stinking puzzles. Like, let's just brute force it. We'll take this piece. Like, you can just associate the word. I don't know. Chunks of text flickered on it and off in quick succession. I mean, if you're brute forcing a puzzle, then I got words to share with you. When a line of numbers appeared, blinked, and disappeared. Screen cleared, and all that was left was the word accepted.
Piece of cake.
Though this would clearly have patted herself on the back if it would not have made her look entirely ridiculous. In a few seconds, the accepted and disappeared to be replaced with. Okay, I'm ready.
The screen changed again.
3x3 square.
What the hell is that?
No idea.
This is where I take over.
Huh?
Thank you, Lotus. I'm gonna say thank you, kid. Alright, solved it. The noise just now? Alright, these open. Oh, Junpei, the lights in the locker are green. I wish to grab them. It was just that moment that he had a voice behind. It was Clover. Okay.
I wanted to ask you something.
Hmm?
Junpei, you went into door 5 with my brother, right? Did you hear him say, like, anything weird?
Huh?
Why is she asking me this? Junpei wondered. The more he thought about it, however, the more it made sense. Snake had been gone for a long time. While Clover was quite attached to her brother, of course, she
Well,
would have been
let
worried
me
about him.
think.
He thought back to when he'd gone through door 5, hoping he might remember something, even a small something, that would help her. However,
Sorry, Clover. I can't really think of anything. I mean, he did mention that his hearing exceeds that of a regular person, or something like that, but that's about it.
Okay.
Clover's words were barely audible. She nodded vaguely to Junpei, turned to
Hey,
walk away.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
Look, I don't know if I should ask you things, but if you don't mind, I was hoping you could tell me if, is Snake, I mean, was he born?
You're talking about his eyes?
Yeah.
No, he wasn't born blind. When he was a kid, he got in an accident. A really bad car accident. He couldn't see after that. And his arm.
His arm?
Yeah. My brother's left arm is, it's not like a normal person's arm. It's fake. It's not a real arm. The accident hurt him really bad. To save him, they had to cut off his arm.
Oh.
Is that all you wanted to ask me?
Sorry, talking about her brother had clearly taken a great deal out of Clover.
Look,
Junpei
I'm
nodded.
sorry for making you talk about all that painful stuff.
It's not that.
Clover only shook her head and walked off down the stairs. What door are we taking a minute here? 6th door. You need to turn it on, Clover. Oh my god. Alright, we'll skip for 25 minutes. And then we'll go down to door number 6. Again, I do actually believe we could just fast forward, or just jump to the part, but I did want to be safe. So, in my eyes, this is being safe. I remember what we did for the engine puzzle. Literally all we did, right, was just get the coal and fill up the spot, and then we were golden. We got 3 pieces. I think. Okay.
Is that what I just said? I'm talking about the Jupiter key. We found it in the operating room. Here.
Mm-hmm. Then toss something small metallic towards jump it.
Nice catch.
Jeez.
This isn't new to us, it's just because we got the key instead of them giving us the key.
I'm gonna let you hold on to that.
Yeah.
Well, I've got something for you too then. Here, I might.
Yeah.
Saturn key.
So how many?
There's the Earth,
Earth.
the Jupiter,
Jupiter.
and this. I'll keep them
Saturn. Back to skipping. And we go through door 6. With Snake. Sorry, Santa. Where June will more than likely have more dialogue for us. She is the one who has the episode. He's twisted. He's diabolical.
This.
This. Doo-doo.
Something.
I really don't care. Call me a fool, a joke, all you want, Ace. I just don't feel like choosing. I just want to get this to the 6th door option.
Huh?
Ding ding. I think it's faster to fast forward on adventure.
it is.
I knew it. It's not wet at all.
Yes, yes it is. We go through door 6. But the novel, we're gonna have actual dialogue in a minute here. So. Maybe not? Okay. Maybe eventually. As far as I'm concerned, we should get the wheel and just do that. Get that sucker twist. Do-ga-do, do-ga-do, do-ga-do. Okay, we go through the other door, sorry. The B door. It's not a ladder, by the way. It's not a ladder. I mean, this is like the fastest one. So I can't go over there. My bad. This is a very fast puzzle. Okay, do it. Thank you, Junpei.
I believe.
No, I don't know why, but this is gonna be just pogged for Tuesday for the Kaido files. I don't know why. Stood there for a few moments more, no one speaking until Santa turned and walked away from the winch. Junpei and Ace followed him.
You know, speaking of experiments,
Santa suddenly stopped.
there was this experiment some scientists did with rats. First, they took a squarish C-shaped tank and filled it with enough water that the rats could drown in it. The tank has 2 exits. Just to make it easy, we'll call one A and the other B. Exit A is pitch black, so dark even a rat can't see anything. But exit B is electrified, which means the rat can't leave through it. So, what would a rat do if it was put in this situation? Which exit would the rat choose?
Moment of silence after Santa posed the question and then Ace answered.
B, of course. The rat has no way of knowing that exit B is electrified.
Exactly. The rat goes to exit B. Of course, like I said, it's electrified, which means the rat can't get out that way. So, after a lot of trial and error, the rat finally finds exit A.
I can't say that's very interesting or relevant. It's simply the story of a laboratory experiment.
You're right. It isn't very interesting. Yet. See, these scientists repeated this experiment over and over, using hundreds of different rats over several generations. This produced some surprising results. With each generation, the rats
More
took
energetic
less time
field,
to find
yeah.
the correct exit. Eventually, A rat was put in the tank who instantly chose exit A without even attempting to go to exit B. But that wasn't the most impressive part. The same experiment was conducted in another laboratory, far from the original one, with the same results. No, on second thought, the results weren't really the same. The rats in this second experiment began the trials with significantly faster times than the first rats in the initial one. These rats weren't related to the others and had never even come in contact with them. And yet, they all easily found their way to exit A as though they already knew. What did it mean?
Are you suggesting something like telepathy? They were passing information to one another through some undetectable medium?
Ace looks skeptical. Scientist snorted at him.
How the hell would I know? I'm not any kind of scientist. I don't know what made him do that. But I do know that story's true. And if you've got another explanation, I'd sure love to hear it. Come on, let's get going. There's still a lot here we haven't checked out. And we gotta get the hell out of here before June passes out.
Without waiting for a response, he turned around and started walking. Junpei, however, wasn't quite ready to leave the topic alone.
Something I want to ask you. What?
Then
Why
I
did
stopped
they
and turned
use that
around.
Tank for the experiment.
Huh?
Well, I mean, it seems like you could conduct the same experiment without the water. They could have just used a dry box, you know? If they needed to motivate the rats to escape, they could have, I don't know, put some bait by exit B or something. I mean, do they really have to make it so the rats can drown?
Then he gave a grim bark of a
The
laugh.
word emergency comes from the same root as the word emerge. You ever think about that?
Huh?
Well, an emergency is something urgent, often something dangerous. And to emerge means to sort of come out, or appear, or rise out of something else. So what's going to emerge in an emergency? Inspiration.
Inspiration?
Yeah. Think about it. When the chips are down, either you crack or your mind focuses and pulls up what you need.
So in an emergency, your real potential emerges. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's why the rats had to drown. They had to be in danger. There had to be an emergency for inspiration to emerge.
Oh.
Junpei suddenly felt cold. Back of his head was aching and his stomach felt strange. My A button. Gimme. Gimme. And gimme. Okay, before we do the puzzle, I'll be right back. And then we should be making progress next time. Be right back. I want to save the game first, so hold on. Okay, I'll be right back.